The latest iOS 26 beta has just given us our clearest sign yet that the Apple Watch Ultra 3 is real, and is coming sooner than you might think. Hidden inside the code, Macrumors contributor Aaron Perez spotted an Apple Watch image with a resolution that doesn't match any current model, and this isn't just a random placeholder, it's a proper render that points towards a slightly larger display, 422 by 514 pixels compared to the Ultra 2's 410 by 502. That might not sound massive on paper, but it does suggest that Apple slimmed down the bezels to make more room for the screen, without actually making the watch bigger. So the new watch might possibly be 50mm. Best of all, the fact that we're getting code leaks is pretty much solid evidence the Ultra 3s are launching soon, right alongside the iPhone 17 series and the Apple Watch Series 11. So the long wait for an Apple Watch Ultra 3 appears to be nearly over, and it could finally be the upgrade Ultra fans have been hoping for. And thinner bezels aren't the only change we're seeing. According to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, Apple's preparing to launch the Ultra 3 with some truly significant new features, including satellite connectivity, yes, messaging from a wrist, even when there's no Wi-Fi or signal, and for the first time ever 5G support on an Apple Watch. And this is no gimmick. Gurman says satellite connectivity will work without needing an iPhone nearby, meaning a watch could become your lifeline in remote areas. The Ultra 3 is also expected to adopt a special version of 5G designed specifically for wearables, alongside other big upgrades like faster charging, a wide-angle OLED display with a higher refresh rate, and possibly Apple's long-rumored blood pressure tracking. After 2 years of near silence, Apple might be dropping a smartwatch that's actually worthy of the Ultra name. But these radical changes don't apply to the design, because if you're hoping for a radically different look, you might be a bit disappointed. Apple typically sticks to the same design for 3 generations, and it's no different here. The Ultra 3 will continue to come in the same rugged titanium casing, flat sapphire display, and oversized action button, but there will be a few tweaks like the slimmer bezels I had mentioned previously, and also a new rear panel. Borrowing from the Apple Watch Series 10, the Ultra 3 is expected to adopt a redesigned metal back that enables faster charging and improved antenna performance. This may sound minor, but it will make a difference in regular usage. It means a watch that powers up in half the time and holds a stronger cellular signal in remote areas. The improved charging alone is worth noting. Currently the Ultra 2 takes about 60 minutes to reach 80% battery. With the new Apple Watch Series 10 style charging core metal back, the Ultra 3 could do the same in just 30 minutes. That's a major win for anyone who uses the Ultra in rugged, unpredictable environments like Mr. Bear Grylls. If you're out there in the wild, quick top-ups with a power bank can make a real difference. You know what else to make a big difference? Clicking that subscribe button. It's free and would bring you the latest about Apple right to the subscription box, so please consider it. We're trying to hit 20,000 subscribers, so join the Surround by gang now. Now we know the display is getting bigger, but the panel itself is being upgraded as well. In an odd twist, last year's Apple Watch Series 10 actually leapfrogged the Ultra 2 in terms of display tech. The Series 10 introduced an LTPO3 OLED display, allowing for better power efficiency and a live ticking second hand in always on modes, along with up to 40% more brightness at wider angles. Again, if you happen to be Bear Grylls in the wild with your Apple Watch, you'd appreciate the display being bright in harsh outdoor lighting. And actually right now, the Series 10's display is ever so slightly bigger than the Ultra, so the larger display on the Ultra 3 makes sense considering you expect Apple's highest-end watch to have the biggest display. Under the hood, the Ultra 3 is expected to include a new chipset. The current Ultra 2 uses the S9 chipset, which is still plenty fast, but not much of a leap over its predecessor. The Apple Watch Series 10 introduced the S10 SiP, which is more compact and helped Apple reduce the thickness of the watch body, and with the Ultra 3, Apple could push things further with an S11 SiP, which it could share with the Apple Watch Series 11. While we don't have specs just yet for this, a small and potentially more powerful chipset could pave the way for better efficiency, longer battery life, or more space for new components, like say a satellite modem or advanced sensors. And that brings us to the standout feature of the Ultra 3 in my opinion, satellite connectivity. This is a big one. Satellite support has been available on iPhones for a couple of years now, originally for emergency SOS, and then expanding to standard text messages in iOS 18. Apple wants to bring that same safety net to the wrist. So imagine being completely off-grid, no cell towers, no Wi-Fi, and still being able to message someone from your watch. That's the promise of satellite connectivity in the Ultra 3. Now let's switch gears to health, a category where Apple continues to push boundaries. One of the most talked about features expected in the Ultra 3 is hypertension detection. High blood pressure is often called the silent killer. It develops without symptoms and can lead to heart disease, stroke and death if left unchecked. Apple's reportedly been working on blood pressure tracking for years, and the Ultra 3 may finally be the device to launch it. To be clear, this feature won't replace a traditional cuff. It's not going to give you precise systolic and diastolic readings. Instead, it will track trends in your blood pressure over time and alert you if it detects an upward trajectory that might signal hypertension. Think of it as an early warning system, one that could prompt you to see a doctor before something more serious develops. This again could be groundbreaking because you just know it's going to save lives, and you just know that Apple's going to market the hell out of this and blackmail you into buying one. Anyway, jokes aside, combine that with existing features like ECG, atrial fibrillation alerts, fall detection, and blood oxygen monitoring, though that's only available outside the US for now because there's patent disputes going on, and the Ultra 3 shaping up to be a legitimate health companion, not just a fitness tracker. And while when the Ultra 3 can quite literally save your life, that $799 price tag doesn't seem too bad, which is what Timothy wants you to think. But health and safety aren't the only areas seeing improvement. The Ultra 3 is also expected to include 5G connectivity, something no Apple Watch has offered before. Instead of sticking with Qualcomm modems, Apple's reportedly shifting to MediaTek's 5G RedCap modem, and these are designed specifically for wearables and low-power devices. RedCap is a version of 5G that offers many of the benefits, like faster speeds and lower latency, without the power drain of full 5G. It's optimized for smartwatches, meaning better performance and efficiency when using cellular data, especially useful when you're away from a phone or in a remote area. Together, the addition of satellite and 5G support shows Apple's clear direction. It wants the Ultra 3 to be more independent, more resilient, and more useful in the most extreme environments. Whether you're climbing a mountain or skiing, the Ultra 3 is being built to stand on its own, but I bet there's gonna be people just taking this on their trip to the local McDonald's. We talked about everything coming to the Ultra 3, but what's not changing? Battery life will probably remain around the 36-hour mark in regular usage, though minor improvements are possible because of the new chipset modem, and while some might be hoping for non-invasive glucose monitoring, that's still likely years away. So who's this watch for? Well, if you own the first gen Ultra, this is the moment to upgrade, I would say. The Ultra 3 brings real tangible upgrades that go far beyond what the Ultra 2 offered, especially when it comes to safety and health, because you now get satellite messaging, hypertension detection, but also faster charging, metal rear casing, 5G connectivity, and also a bigger, brighter display that makes it a worthy upgrade. And for people who don't have an Apple Watch yet or have an older non-Ultra model, this is also the year to upgrade, I would say. Apple's been quiet on the Ultra front, but it seems they've used their time wisely because with meaningful upgrades, smarter technology, and an even stronger focus on safety and independence, the Apple Watch Ultra 3 is a very well-rounded upgrade on the whole. And the best part, we won't have to wait much longer. September's just around the corner and all signs point towards Apple unveiling the Ultra 3 at that annual September event. And while I know there are tariffs that could potentially increase the price, I hope Apple can keep this at $799 considering the design isn't drastically changing. So are you planning to upgrade? Is satellite messaging enough to tempt you? Are you holding out for even more? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.